Hello, everybody. This is Football Talk with B from the Deuce coming at you on YouTube. Check us out, subscribe, and like us. We've got a lot to talk about today. And, of course, we'll get into it. Beef, how's your world going?
Oh, well, I'm working. You're not working.
Yeah.
It must be nice.
But I did get the chance to become the owner of a brand new water pump for my car today.
Oh, look at you doing big boy things.
Yeah. I had to get out of the
Working
house.
12-hour shifts, and you're doing car stuff.
I'm telling you, man, it was brutal. I had to get out and go to the place and drop the car off and go pick it up.
Could you find your coat?
Good point.
I know it's hard, but yeah, go find your coat.
Dear diary, drop the car off for a water pump today. Anyway.
The end.
Yeah. Whew, what a day.
Jeez.
So, Ohio State lost the Big Ten championship game. My thoughts were, this is Michigan 2024. Sayan does not want to run the ball. I think that's a problem. Obviously, the field goal kicker is a problem. And I don't know why. I'd love to know how many first downs we had that we ran the ball and did nothing with it. It was a first down, we're going to run the ball. And it was the most, to me, it was Michigan last year. Go ahead, you talk.
Well, there's a lot of factors for this game. A lot of factors.
It's coaching. To me, it's coaching.
Yeah, it was very conservative play calling.
Yes.
It was continuing to try to run the ball on first down, which it was never working.
Why?
We had a couple plays where Bo had a chance to break off. There's probably 3, maybe 4 runs that he, damn near had. It was, and that's credit to him for being just a solid overall running back. But it wasn't necessarily working.
Yeah.
So change it up. Instead of running it on first down, throw the ball. When we threw the ball on first down, chunk plays.
Yeah. Why does Day have this obsession with proving he can run the ball, and then he loses these games?
Yep. So that's like you said, it's a problem. So for that leads to, I don't mind running the ball on first down.
Well, no.
I think it's good.
If it's working,
you don't need to do it all the time.
Yeah, if it's working, then keep doing it by all means.
Yes.
Yeah.
So seeing that it wasn't necessarily working the whole time, it's you don't need to give it up, but you need to change it a little bit.
Explain the last 2 minutes of the first half to me.
There's no explanation. It was bad.
They gave up.
It was bad. He preaches on winning.
Aggression.
The last 4 minutes of the second quarter and the first 4 minutes of the third.
Yeah.
He preaches it.
Yeah.
And we didn't.
Did nothing. Just at the time.
It was bad. It was bad.
So was he playing not to lose?
Yeah, I think so. I think they were playing a little scared, realizing that Indiana. Now this is just me assuming that this is obviously nobody telling us this.
Right.
But it was more so of, Indiana can play. Like Indiana's giving it right back. And I don't think they gave Indiana's front line, especially on defense, enough credit. I thought initially they assumed they could bully Indiana's front four, and they couldn't. But what I like to see, let me go into the positives now. There's some positives.
Sure, go ahead.
Julian Sayin still played a pretty good football game, outside of being sacked and put on his ass more than he has the entire season.
Yes, okay, that's a positive.
There's positives in the sense that he still threw the ball efficiently. Deep balls to JJ, some good passes to Carnell Tate. Max Clare got involved. Stuff that we wanted to see. We wanted to see Max Clare involved, and he got involved.
But in the face of what you're saying, they only scored 10 points.
Yeah, and I'm giving more credit to Indiana's defense. They played a hell of a game. At the end of the day, Indiana played a hell of a game. Red zone came in clutch for both sides until the very end for Ohio State.
Yeah.
but I think our downfall was obviously the kick. The missed kick was huge.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
The 4th and 1 QB sneak with Julian Saints shouldn't have been Julian Saints.
Right.
I've been preaching it should have been Lincoln Keynotes. If that's what you're going to do, throw Lincoln in.
Yeah.
Or I don't care which running back you throw in there.
Hand it off.
Yeah, give it to somebody. Direct snap it to whoever.
Yeah.
You're going to get it.
Yeah. Well, you have a much better chance. Much better chance.
Well, instead of this, 5 out of 10, it was probably an 8 or a 9. I would say more than likely we're getting it.
Yeah.
And I know this doesn't. Some people hate it. Some people agree with it. I don't care if you like it or not. The play, not the play call, but the lack of holding calls.
Yes.
That weren't called.
Yeah.
On both sides. I will give it to both sides, but more so, Kenyatta Jackson's getting assaulted.
They were tackling him.
He was getting absolutely assaulted, and there was no calls.
None. I mean, it was right up the middle. I mean, you have the referee and the umpire. I'm like, look at this. Look at this.
I mean, it was.
No.
I mean, half a dozen times minimum.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it was terrible. And then without. I mean, I don't know if Gus and Joel Klatt can, necessarily say whether or not this was a hold, this wasn't a hold, whatever, and give their opinion. It was pretty uncomfortable watching this game, realizing that nothing's being called.
I thought a couple times.
But then you're getting petty defensive pass interference calls on Styles down the field. You guys kidding me?
I thought Klatt said a couple times he thought that was obviously a hold, never was called.
I'm sure he did, but
it was so obvious.
I mean, it was just all around bad. And it's one of those games where it just the calls aren't going your way, but
that didn't cost them the game.
You can't. Yeah, there was more that cost them the game more than just the holding calls.
Yeah.
It was towards the end. Mendoza hit the deep ball over Matthews. That was bad. 2 deep balls.
Yeah.
Big rushing attack by oh God, I think it was Black for Indiana. Had a 30-something yard rush.
Yeah.
That kind of gave a little bit of momentum. I mean, there's a lot of little things that just accumulated throughout the game. But our lack of offensive efficiency in the red zone killed us.
Yeah.
It definitely killed us. But again, I've said it all weekend. I would much rather lose in the Big Ten championship game if we have a choice. If I want to lose rather in the CFP or the Big Ten championship, you give me this loss now. You have time to fix whatever you believe is broken and get ready for your CFP push. So if you're a good team, if you're a great team like we are, you come back a lot stronger than what you just were, and you get a little slice of humble pie. Okay, well, we're not as good as we thought we were. Let's fix this.
Yeah, and strangely enough, I think our bracketing is better. We're in a better bracket.
Yep, I'm not worried about any of those teams down in our little section. I think we beat A&M or Miami.
Yeah,
I would prefer the Miami over A&M, but and I'm not worried about Georgia. I'm truly not.
They have a habit of surviving, though.
They've played the games tough, and they've broken off some plays when they've needed it to. But I don't think Gunnar Stockton's a dude. I think he's just very, very average.
Okay. But they win.
But they're in. They're in. They won the SEC, so I give them their flowers. But if it comes down to head to head, I don't see it being very close.
Yeah.
I think if we're looking forward to if we play Georgia,
right?
I don't necessarily see much of a headache with them unless it gets to a defensive battle. Then it gets interesting. But
yeah.
I mean, I don't hate the number 3 spot or the number 2 spot for us. I think it's fair, honestly. I mean, you lost by 3.
Yeah.
In what is expected to be a 1-2 matchup, and it was a great game. Overall, it was a great game. Every fan for both sides, you're on your toes. You're absolutely on your toes.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I hope I see a rematch, and I think we take the rematch. I am pretty sold on us winning the rematch if we get to face them again.
Yeah. Got to learn from this somehow, but it seemed like we learned from it last year, and then we went back to it again. I don't know.
Yeah.
All right. So
I'll be curious to see what happens for the CFP push, and then the headache around this whole Brian Hartline thing, going to South Florida as their head coach. Like, I guess my question for you: would you rather him be still on the staff, or would you rather him just go to South Florida, do his thing? Thanks for being here, thanks for everything, but this is more of a distraction than anything.
Well, I don't know that it's a distraction. I think it's just a natural progression, don't you? Someone that talented, that reputation as a coordinator, they're going to get a job, and he's a young man, so he's going to. I mean, that's the path. That's the path that all these coaches take. So there's nothing wrong or inappropriate or anything about it.
Would you rather him stay on your coaching staff through the CFP, even though he has to do some recruiting and some staff, putting together and whatever? Would you rather him stick around, which he is? I think he is.
Yeah, he is.
Do you agree with it?
Him sticking around? Yes, of course.
Okay.
But I can't blame him. You can't blame him. That's just the way it works.
No, absolutely. I'm happy for the guy.
Yeah, this is.
I just think even right now it's more it's more distracting than it is beneficial for him to kind of do both things.
Yeah, it'd be nice to be able to set up a system where you could coach through your entire season and then make that decision.
Yep, I feel that's going to be changing very soon.
Like
I'm
the
sure.
NFL, you'll make that decision after your team has finished playing its season. No playoffs, or you win the Super Bowl. Nothing until that. So that is a distraction, but it's been a distraction since football began in college, right? So
so I expect it to change very soon. But again, at the end of the day, good for him. Yeah. Good for bettering yourself, and I'm sure he'll have plenty of success.
Mm-hmm. Who knows? He may find his way back.
I would not be upset.
Yeah.
I'd be pretty okay with that.
Most of the great coaches coached at Ohio State in one level or another. So. Okay, so let's talk on the bracket. Let's talk. Okay, you're saying Texas A&M should beat Miami.
Yes,
I would agree with that. Didn't their quarterback get a little hurt for Texas during the game, or not? I don't know.
And I think it was an ankle, and then ended up coming back relatively quickly. And
okay,
I think Marcel Reed's fine.
Okay, and I think clearly we're going to say Ole Miss beats Tulane.
Oh,
come on.
The only reason I'm questioning it is because there's no Lane Kiffin.
They could win without a coach. Ole Miss is a really good team. Well, okay, so you're taking Tulane.
My heart says Tulane. My heart says Ole Miss. But my brain, being as small as it is thinking Tulane could be.
You're talking upset.
But my big brain says Tulane. My heart says Ole Miss.
Okay. Right.
And that's just right now. Give me a week and I'll think about it.
Yeah.
But I just feel like, I mean, is it going to be pretty chalky for these initial games? Probably. But you got to think there's got to be an upset soon.
Okay.
And I don't think it's James Madison over Oregon, but
no. Yeah. So okay.
But I think it could be. It could possibly be in the good old Green Wave. You never know.
How about Alabama, Oklahoma? I'm going to take Oklahoma.
I like Oklahoma at home. I think for a magnitude of this game, home field advantage is going to be massive. Absolutely massive.
And Alabama does have more problems than Oklahoma does. I think it's clear.
Yes.
So, we're obviously saying Oregon's going to beat James Madison.
Yes. So, the spread right now is 21. That's insane.
That's, yeah. But yeah, well, anyway, okay. So let's talk a little Notre Dame here. So obviously, most people that follow college football know that they've decided, well, they've been excluded from the playoff system, and they're taking their ball and they're going home and they're quitting. So is that? I think that's a problem for Notre Dame, and I've got a bunch of reasons for it. But now, you think that Miami being in is fine, and initially that was my view too. But then I began looking and looking, and I think Notre Dame has the case that they were shafted, they got screwed. But
really,
yeah, oh yeah. Well, how can you be rated over Miami the entire season? The previous week, it was Notre Dame rated 10, Miami rated 12. And then in a week where none of those teams played, it flipped. There's no explanation other than they got screwed. Anyway, you believe one way, I believe the other. The main point is it's not going to change. It's done. So what does Notre Dame do? You can take your ball and go home. You can quit. But here's my point. Okay, so Notre Dame, in my view, Notre Dame was wrong. You wouldn't believe it. Anyway, if you believe that Notre Dame was wrong, it doesn't matter. Because, it's not going to change. That what's been done is done. And the system, as we've talked about, and many people have talked about, number two, the system that is the CFP I don't think it's the committee's fault. I think it's the system that was designed. You had to have the top 5 rated conference champions. That's the rule.
Yep.
So that put the committee in a box. And the system they play in now is the Big Ten and the SEC get all the breaks. They basically get every perk. Notre Dame into that system knew going in 2 years ago that it was always going to be a long shot for them. Nothing guaranteed. Nothing guaranteed. They're not in a conference. They chose not to be in a conference.
Exactly.
So they chose the system they chose the system to play in. It's like a job. You're employed by this place. You play by the rules, and something didn't go their way. Well, welcome to life, baby. Welcome to life. Something didn't go your way. What are you going to do? When you're a new son, and it's probably happened before, but I know you're the good dad. Are you going to say, yeah, quit? Go ahead and quit. No, you're going to parent, which means coach your son, to look at options, and is quitting the best way to go? Probably never.
Nope. Absolutely not.
Unless it's illegal or immoral or something. Because in the end of the day, nobody else cares. In a week or two, Notre Dame will be pissed. Is Texas Tech pissed? No. Is Syracuse pissed? No.
Nope.
Is anybody in the school in the Big Ten pissed? No. Who else cares but Notre Dame? Nobody. It's the thing. Nobody cares about you more than you.
Exactly.
So who cares? Who cares about Notre Dame? Okay, you quit. You decided to just take your ball and go home. The deal here is you could learn something, and these young men could learn something. That it's not always the best answer, because once you quit something like that on a large scale, it's real easy to quit a second time. And these behavior breeds behavior, and just from a school standpoint, they're talking about, they want to focus on next year. Fine. Sign up for a bowl game. You get 15 practice days of contact football for that bowl game. You will never get that going into next year. That's invaluable practice time, even if it's just to young players working new kinks to the program. Just being in a bowl game is a huge amount of practice that you get, which you wouldn't normally get.
Yeah, it's exposure. It's all of it. It's huge.
And we won't. And I know we don't play for money around here, but it's a crap load of money. And it's like, quitting is like bitterness. Who does it hurt? It hurts the quitter, and it hurts the person that's bitter. Nobody else, because nobody else cares. At the end of the day, I mean, who cares? So I think it's a bad thing for them to do, because it does nothing for them. Okay, they quit. Now what? Oh yeah, now we quit. Where's the upside?
There's none.
There's none.
There's literally none.
You just quit.
Yep.
So I'll stop ranting and raving, and you can talk about it now.
No, I mean, it's as simple as this argument. Join a conference. Just join a conference.
Well, but here's this. I think it was Vanderbilt. Somebody asked either the AD or the head coach at Vanderbilt, were you upset at being left out of the CFP? And I don't remember who it was. The response was, we should have won more games.
Yeah, it's as simple as that.
If we'd have won more games, we'd have been in. Yeah. We're not going to be bitter. We're not going to quit. We're not going to take our ball and go home. We have to win more football games. It's a sport.
Yeah.
So just win more games. Don't lose to Miami. How about not losing to Miami at the start of the season?
Exactly. If you win that game against Miami, or better yet, if you win against A&M or Miami.
Yeah, either one.
You're in.
Even the head, yeah, there's no question. So it's all up to them.
Mm-hmm.
And I just think this is just sour grapes, and it isn't going to change a damn thing.
No, unless they join a conference, nothing's going to change. And I get initially it's big boy money. They're getting paid to stay independent. They get their little NBC contract or whatever. I get it.
Right.
But guess what? It doesn't matter. You're not the highest paid right now. Look at what the Big Ten's getting right now. Look what the SEC is getting right now.
I know.
It's insane money. Northwestern is probably making more money than Notre Dame.
Probably.
Which is insane.
Well,
so guess what? If you want to eliminate this argument and this whole, we didn't get in the CFP because we're a 2-loss team and no conference championship, join a conference.
Well, okay, but let's say they were in the SEC, or a 2-loss team didn't make it in. Tulane didn't make it in, and it's a 2-loss team, right?
Well, Tulane's in.
I mean,
You're
not Tulane.
Texas,
I mean
or,
Vanderbilt.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, it also deals. There's a lot to do with the initial rankings too.
Right.
Going into the last, committee, pick 'em or whatever.
Yeah.
They are set up however they are.
Yeah.
And did Vanderbilt have a good case of maybe making it? Maybe. Did Texas? Maybe. Did Notre Dame? Maybe.
Yeah. So I think they could have been left out even if they were in the Big Ten, or so either. Yeah, it's a better thing for them, I think, in the long run. But they could still could have gotten left out of it.
Well, for this year, yeah, just with the tiebreakers and head-to-head. But again, there's a lot of good teams.
Right, really good teams.
The only team that a lot of people kind of shook their head about, which I'm still kind of indifferent about, is Alabama.
Yeah, well.
But their third loss is conference championship loss.
Right.
And if there's anything, and this is my argument for them, for Bama to get in, OSU lost to Indiana, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
Lost in the conference championship game. That's their only loss. They dropped one spot.
Right.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
So they weren't completely hindered for the loss in the conference championship game.
Right.
Alabama, whether they can choose or not choose, they played in their conference championship game.
Mm-hmm.
Got destroyed,
but they played in their conference championship game.
All right.
Should them losing, making that their third loss, should that hinder them while they were in the top 10 rankings going into this game?
Mm-hmm.
Should that loss hinder them from a CFP berth?
Mm-hmm.
It shouldn't.
It shouldn't, no.
It shouldn't, and it didn't.
Mm-hmm.
So everyone's argument about, it's a 3-loss team. Look at their 3 losses.
Right. Yeah.
like, who are they losing to? That's important. Like, that's a very important thing.
Yeah. Now, I mean, Notre Dame has a case, and everyone knows that the system is flawed, but every time around, they seem to improve the system a little bit, make improvements here, make improvements. Maybe they go to 16 teams, and then they have the play-in conferences games, which I think is a great idea. So most of it's you actually earn your way in. But then Notre Dame's still looking for that little wild card on the side, trying to get in. And it's always going to be a crapshoot, right? Always.
Yep.
So
until they expand it, which I believe if they expand it to 16,
that'll make it easier.
That's gonna eliminate a lot of this argument.
Well, yeah.
But it's there's going to be an argument for continuous expansion for forever. But like for this year, would 16 have benefited 100%? Because there's so many good teams, so many good 2-loss teams.
Right.
Is that going to be every year? Maybe, maybe not. But specifically for this year, like I would have loved to see a playing game with like Vandy and Utah, or Texas and like something like that. Like that would have been prime football. Yeah. And they would do similar like what March Madness does. You have your playing game. The winner of this the winner of this matchup goes and plays whoever. Yeah. Yeah. So I think initially that will be there relatively soon. Yeah. But yeah, I mean at the end of the day, Notre Dame has every right to bitch and complain. And the committee they have every right to say, well, you didn't get picked because of this. You lost your head-to-head against Miami. Miami's in. See you later.
Even if, okay. So, and they would say, but it's wrong. Okay, it's wrong. Just say, okay, the committee is wrong. Yeah. It's not going to change.
And the committee is going to continue to do what they're doing.
Right. And nobody else cares. Yeah. I was like, okay, what have you just proved? You've proved that you're snot mouth. I don't know.
Yeah. And I'm pretty convinced. I could be completely, whiffing here. I would have assumed at this point this wasn't just Marcus Freeman.
No.
I think this is powers that are way above him. Yeah. That just said, we're not doing this.
Right. Well, the AD put out the AD put out those things. Yeah.
Yeah, saying that the ACC basically shit all over the CFP and blah blah blah. Like whatever, dude.
But even
like,
yeah, okay, yeah.
It's like that's fine. You have every right to your opinion, but they could also tell you to beat feet.
Right.
And they did.
They did. And even if you go to 16, everyone seems to say, well, the Big Ten's going to get 4 automatic, and the SEC is going to get 4 automatic. That's unfair. That's unfair. But they're the 2 powerful conferences, so they get 4 automatics. The ACC will get 2. Big 12 will get 2. Why don't they get 4? Because it's not fair, and it's not fair. And then you'll have, and why did whoever put the CFP together say we have to include one of the power or a group of 5 conference winners? Why? Does anybody think? You must love Tulane, but does anybody think that a team in the Big Ten couldn't beat James Madison?
Well, I'm going to the initial question. I would say
they don't deserve to be in.
They're still playing the same football.
But they're not.
They're still playing football games.
Do you think they're going to have a chance? No.
I mean, at any point in time, could Tulane or a North Texas or a. Sure. To also be fair, nobody expected Appalachian State to beat Michigan years ago.
It can happen.
It can very well happen. And at the same time, in the sake of fairness for this argument, it would not be fair just to say, you're not in the big boy conferences. We don't care about you.
Well, why can't you right now? Wouldn't it be the most fair thing to do? Just rate the top 12 teams, who you think are the top 12 teams in the nation, rank and put them in, and say they're the ones that are in. They're in.
Yeah, I mean, if you eliminate just conference champions, just eliminate it all, and you just do your top 12, I'd be A-okay with that.
Well, you can still play conference. At the end of the conference championship weekend, the committee goes, We think these are the 12 best teams in the country. And they're in. And that's about it, really. And James Madison's not going to get in. Tulane's not going to get in. Vanderbilt would get in.
Yeah, I think on that point, you'd have the argument of bias and all of that noise, which, I mean, you kind of get already.
But would they be one of the 12 best teams in the country?
I feel like you just have a lot of subjective arguments, and that in turn would almost, I wouldn't say make it impossible to get your top 12, but they would be so focused on.
Right, it would be.
It would be very hard to have a complete agreement on who are the 12 best teams.
But it's not fair.
Because it would. I don't think anything will ever be fair, and I think that's where the argument's always going to be, especially for this year. Like Notre Dame thinks this is not fair, but there's arguments of Miami beat you. The criteria is listed as so quote unquote tiebreakers are head-to-head matchups.
But why is it a tiebreaker?
It's right there.
If Notre Dame is ranked 10th and Miami's 12, why are they tied? Why does the tiebreaker have to come in? They're not equally ranked. If they were equally ranked, like you said, well, we have two teams at 10. Okay, they're both at 10. But
and at some point, it may or may not have been. Who knows? Who truly knows on their big board of like, these are their ranked teams. This is where they fall.
Well, but that's what
whatever.
That's what the CFP put out every week.
Yeah, so. And that's why I hate the rankings prior to the CFP. Actual, like, what the bracket's gonna be. That's why I've always hated it. You should just keep it as AP ranks. Just keep it the way that it is, and then once it gets to the CFP time. Then you just formulate your ranks from there, because then there's all this confusion of like, say for like Texas was what 13, 13, 14, whatever.
Yeah.
Did they really ever have a chance in the top 12? Probably not.
No.
So like that whole argument for Texas, well, we're ranked here and we got this and that. Like you have 3 losses, man.
Yeah.
Like at the end of the day, you have 3 losses.
Yeah. Well,
did Vandy actually have a legitimate chance? I mean, probably not. Because of the teams in front of them.
Yeah.
But then you just have all this confusion where it's like, well, look, if we didn't have a chance, why were you ranked this high? Blah, blah, blah. Like, there's just – I think the system itself is broken.
But, yeah, the system is broken. But, like, Vandy could say, well, gee, we want to – we're playing in a conference we can't win in. So we'll go to the ACC or we'll go to the Big 12. I'm sure the ACC or Big 12 would love to have Vanderbilt right now.
God, they would bring them in with open arms. But they would love that.
Vanderbilt's not going to – they're not going to quit. They're going to say, this is the conference we're in. We need to be better. We need to be better.
Yeah.
And if we're not, then we're not. So, yeah, at the end of the day, it's a sport, and you play your way in or you don't.
Yeah. At the end of the day, this is what you're playing for. This is what you're playing in.
Yeah.
Until it changes, this is how it is.
Right. Yeah. And don't be a quitter. Don't be a quitter.
Oh, that pisses me off so much. I was very upset for like the seniors, for example. Yeah. Like the seniors for Notre Dame, that's terrible for them.
Wouldn't you want to play one more game in a bowl with your guys, with your buddies, your pals?
Yeah, I mean, it's...
Because most of them will never go to the NFL, right? This is it.
Yeah, you're done. Somebody above you just said, yeah, you're done.
Yeah.
And you had no choice.
No choice.
Which it's sad. Yeah. At the end of the day, I feel worse for the players than I do for Freeman, because I don't necessarily think this was Freeman's idea.
No. But he's a pro.
And if it was, I mean, whatever. But
he has plenty of money to get a psychiatrist if he needs it.
Yeah, he'll be fine.
He'll be fine. He'll be fine. So anyway, okay, so we're done with that. Let's have a beer and say whatever.
That's right.
But it was fun to talk about, and it's fun to talk about.
It is, because it's the talk of the day.
Yeah.
Especially with Notre Dame's AD pulling out his stuff, and obviously everyone is, working on their CFP brackets and yada yada yada. So, but at the end of the day, I think the bracket itself looks good.
Yeah.
In summary, OSU has a pretty solid way to get to the championship.
Mm-hmm.
I think Indiana, once again, the 1 seed gets kind of screwed.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I mean, I guess we'll see what happens. I mean, we still got a little bit of time before the games start, but as always, we are excited for
Right.
playoff football.
And people were complaining when there was a 4-team playoff, and then they went to 12, and this is better than a 4-team playoff. So it's improving. It's improving.
Slowly but surely, we're getting somewhere.
Yeah. Okay. Are we done with college right now? We can get on to our fun
Let's do it.
NFL.
Let's do it.
Okay. I am going to say Shedeur Sanders is the number 1 quarterback for the Browns moving forward. I'd give him a good contract and let him be the main man.
Yeah, I say you let him play out the rookie deal, give him a full year.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, you have your last 4 to 6 games with him,
Yeah.
minimum, and he's gotten better every start.
Mm-hmm.
And the offense itself is
Putting up points.
definitely better.
Yeah.
Definitely better. And then again, I know we've talked about it previously before. Jumping on here, and I get they lost to Tennessee. Tennessee is not a good team. The Browns are not good as well.
Right. They're bottom feeders. They're bottom feeder teams.
But this is still a rookie quarterback
Right.
playing in some pretty gross weather
Mm-hmm.
against another NFL team that, again, you are facing all pros as a rookie.
Absolutely.
It is still professional football. It
Professional.
is still him a rookie, and he still just chucked up 3+ tutties through the air, 1 on the ground, and threw for 300-something plus yards.
He's going to have growing pains. He's going to throw a few clinkers. But so did Patrick
Everybody.
Mahomes last night, right?
Oh, God, he got destroyed. My God.
So anyway, I think so.
It's bad.
So to me, I think he's number 1. People probably argue that, but he's clearly just from a raw talent, he can sling that ball and he's accurate.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, pure athletic ability, he's got it.
Yeah.
Pure arm talent,
Let him
he's
play.
got it.
Let him play. Yeah.
But
Nothing.
look at what could be for next year.
Yeah.
And that's what I keep looking at as of, a little bit ago when you brought up your typical big question
Mm-hmm.
or big statement. You've got 2 first-round picks.
Mm-hmm.
One of those you need to hit on a receiver. You need to.
Mm.
It is that if that is not priority numero uno outside of the offensive line,
Well, yeah.
it needs to be.
Mm-hmm.
And you know who's up there, who will be there somewhere. Mr.
Tate.
Carnell Tate.
Tate.
He will be there. Snag him as quick as you possibly can.
Yeah.
Because then, if you keep Jerry Jeudy, which I would assume you are,
Yeah.
you at least have a 1-2 punch.
Mm-hmm.
You have Harold Fannin, who's just become an absolute stud as a rookie.
Isn't he crazy? Yeah.
And then you still have Quinshawn. I mean, you have talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't disagree with you. I was thoroughly impressed with what I saw from Shedeur, and a lot of this. And again, it's one game. I understand that, but the downfall, or I guess the thumbs down for him, and not being able to read defenses, and not having this raw talent that people think he has, blah blah blah. Well, he just put that to bed,
Right.
and he put it down to bed quickly.
Yeah.
So I think it can only really go up from here.
Yeah.
And there's excitement. I mean, there's nowhere.
Yes. There seems to be some light at the end of the old tunnel here.
There's something positive.
Yeah.
And you haven't had really anything positive in a long while. So I would say you take it, you run with it, you see what you have. Because then at least now, do you necessarily need to really key in on a quarterback for next year?
Not if
No, you don't.
No. And that gives you many more options for receivers and linemen
Yes.
and everything else.
Yes. But the bigger question around this whole, experiment, if you want to call it that, is where does that leave Stefanski? Where does that leave your entire staff? Does he stick around? Does Jim Schwartz stick around on defense? What happens?
Yeah.
That's kind of the bigger question all in itself.
Yeah.
I think Stefanski's done, personally. But I guess we'll see.
Yeah. It's the Browns. So talk to me about
Typical.
we both were screaming the praises of the Cowboys, and then man, I kept thinking, as I mentioned to you, oh, they're coming back. They're going to come back and the defense just opened the gates, and the opposition just rushed right in and killed them. Just killed them.
Yep, it's my life.
Yeah.
It is just my life. As unfortunate as it is.
The offense is looking good.
Yes, and again, going into that week, did I expect anything, great? No, because Detroit always plays us well. Detroit is in a must-win every single week mindset, just like we are.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, did I believe our defense could stop Jahmyr Gibbs? Absolutely not, because nobody has.
And man, did that work well with my fantasy team.
Oh my gosh, our playoff push just got real. But yeah, at the end of the day, our offense still played well.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb getting knocked out definitely hurt us.
Mm-hmm.
But rushing attack looked good. Defense, for the most part, was just getting torched.
Mm-hmm.
It's just hard because the Lions have so many weapons, and whoever, week in and week out, whoever faces the Lions understands that.
Mm-hmm.
But there's too much to go around. Jameson Williams, Amon-Ra, Jahmyr. There's just too many people.
Right.
Too much talent.
Yep.
And Detroit playing at home is never easy.
Right.
And I knew that going in, but again, me being me, I believed in them for one time, and just poo-poo down our leg. But again, we still have a chance to win the East if the Chargers can pull off this win.
Yeah.
And our schedule, it favors us, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
But the Eagles also have a pretty easy schedule as well, so we will see.
Are the Colts done this year? Are they done with their Colts?
Yes.
Sad.
Yes. Unfortunately, Daniel Jones pops the Achilles because of Duval Nation's grassy field.
Mm-hmm.
But here's something a little more interesting that I made sure not to forget because I think this is kind of funny. They are trying out 44-year-old Phillip Rivers.
Okay.
This is how desperate they are. Because Riley Leonard also tweaked his knee in the game.
Oh, God.
They have Brett Ripon, who will be their quote-unquote emergency starter, and they need to sign a quarterback before the game. And that's who they're going to, is 44-year-old Phillip Rivers.
Well, there's nobody else? Ever?
Exactly. What I'm saying is you need to send your phone number to the Colts and say, hey, I'm a man. I'm 6'7".
Yeah. I can see over the top.
I can throw a football. I can hand the ball off.
Yeah.
Jonathan Taylor, take this.
Yeah. I know this is going to annoy you, but we're going to the Wayback Machine here. And it was the Baltimore Colts at the time.
Okay.
That's it. And they were in the playoffs, NFL playoffs. And Johnny Unitas got hurt, couldn't play. Earl Morrall was their backup. He got hurt. He couldn't play. And they're in the championship game. They started as quarterback, one of their running backs. And they ultimately lost, but it was darn close. They started a running back as quarterback because they had nobody else. Nobody else.
That's what the Niners did a couple of years ago when Brock Purdy got hurt. They had Christian McCaffrey taking snaps for the rest of the game.
But this was before the game started. I mean, he was the quarterback.
Oh, for the whole game. Jesus.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. They knew going in that he was going to be, I think it was Matty? Not Mackey. But yeah, number 40, I think it was 41. And
that sucks.
Yeah, well, that's the NFL, baby. You got to do what you got to do, right?
That's a man sport.
Yep. Yeah. So, one of my questions to you. Well, let's get the Chiefs out of the way. You've been high on the Chiefs. Come on, man. Come on, man. After last night, give me your thoughts.
It was if you're a Chiefs fan, you're depressed.
Ooh.
No, again, I give all credit to Houston's
Yeah,
defense.
yeah.
That defense is insane. Them in Seattle right now, hot. But Patrick Mahomes just looked very, oh man, uncomfortable, I guess is probably the right word.
Very average.
Yeah, it looks very basic. That whole offense looked very basic. Now again, I'm looking at highlights and reading reports or whatever, and it was not very positive at all.
Yeah.
And it looked like C.J. Stroud played a pretty decent game.
Pretty decent, yeah.
Woody Marks played a pretty decent game. Nico Collins had a big game. But look, the defense just ate him alive. Just completely ate up Patrick Mahomes. But that's been the tale of their season, it seems like. They're losing close games, or they're winning close games, but they don't look the same.
Right.
Obviously, they have 7 losses. When's the last time the Chiefs had 7 losses?
So are you giving it to Denver as the division?
I am I am on your boat now,
Okay.
and I believe it's the Broncos division.
Will Chargers get in as a wild card?
I think so.
I think they will.
If Herbert stays healthy, and this whole little hand thing that's going on with him isn't anything serious, then. And they just got Amari and Hampton back, so they're sort of running backs, ready to roll. That's huge for them. So I would say Chargers probably get in.
So did you see the Pittsburgh-Baltimore game, the ending, where the touchdown wasn't a touchdown?
I did.
To me, that's a touchdown.
That's a touchdown.
So here we go.
It is a touchdown.
Here's what Notre Dame does. Harbaugh go, we're going to quit, take our ball, and go home, not play anymore?
Absolutely not.
No. Are we going to complain and yell and scream and shout? Of course we will. Because it was a bad
you're
call.
Supposed to.
Yeah.
The catch rule is terrible.
But at the end of the day, we'll play next week, and we'll just suck it up and play the game. Because that's what we
got to do.
We want to play this game. It's a privilege to play that game. And you know what they say? Play better.
It's called sack the hell up.
Yeah.
That's what it's called.
Yeah.
Sack the hell up.
Yeah. Win more games.
And just win. Just win the games. And at the same time, that call, you can't necessarily put the entire game on that call.
No. But it was a really bad call.
It was a very bad call.
Yeah. I mean, because it was a
very
touchdown.
bad.
Because it was a touchdown, right? I mean, it was.
It's terrible. Yeah. It's very, very bad.
But yeah, at the end of the day, we signed up for this league. We're in this league. We're going to play in this league, and we'll win. Yep. We'll win and die. We'll live and die in this league, right?
And I'm going to assume that they're probably going to mess around and attempt to tweak this catch rule because, again, it is bad. The criteria that they have, they're never consistent with it.
Mm-hmm.
It's a headache. It's just a true headache every time it gets to a close call. And the thing is, they're breaking down these plays by instant replay, just bit by bit by bit.
Right.
And it's frustrating because this game is such a bang sport.
Right.
Like it's almost unfair.
Right.
So who knows? Hopefully they fix it and change it and make it a little bit more on the simple side. But yeah, that call was atrocious.
Yeah. But again, someone was wronged and they just complained but moved on. They're just going to move on. There's a game next week, right?
Exactly.
Okay. My question to you was, because I was thinking of the Houston quarterback, for Ohio State. And I'm thinking,
Justin Fields.
Well, I was thinking about Justin Fields, and I said, well, we got 2 quarterbacks playing in the NFL from Ohio State, which is bizarre historically. It's bizarre. And so I did research, and well, he's injured, but he was also sort of demoted, I guess.
Yeah.
So is he a snake-bit quarterback who's been on some pretty bad teams, or is he just not a top tier or even top half NFL quarterback, starting quarterback? Is he just not going to cut it, or is it just he's got some really bad breaks?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think the downfall for him has also, I mean, it's obviously been the teams that he's been playing with they're just not good.
They're just not, and yeah, it's like.
But at the end of the day, too, you can see that, like Tyrod Taylor, for example, he was able to throw the ball, put up some yards, get some touchdowns, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
But is it completely Justin Fields' fault for not being able to do so? Maybe, maybe not. It's tough to say. But it's hard to argue for him when other quarterbacks are able to produce yards and he can't.
Right.
So I as much as I would want to say it's not necessarily his fault, it's kind of his fault.
Right.
Now the Jets are also a dumpster fire, and I get that. But
sure.
I think I'm gonna say he's probably done, unless a good team like right now look at Minnesota. Like, is McCarthy the actual dude?
Mm-hmm.
Who knows? Like, he beat a pretty bad Washington team.
Yeah.
But could they be in need of a decent backup quarterback? Justin Fields is a serviceable quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
You give Kevin O'Connell a year or two with Justin Fields.
Yeah, I agree.
It could be something.
He wasn't really getting the top shelf treatment at Chicago.
Nope. Pittsburgh, he got a little bit, but not much with Arthur Smith.
Well, he had a winning record, and then he got
for Russell Wilson.
And then in the Jets, and he made a good pay. What, he had $40 million guaranteed for the Jets or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
So good for him.
30 something, yeah.
Whatever, yeah, that's
He got his money.
Yeah.
He got paid.
Yeah, so he's gonna be okay. But yeah, it's like, could he transition to a running back?
No, I don't think so. I mean,
Not a wide receiver. Or anything?
Maybe. But I think if he gets into a decent franchise, like say if Mac Jones leaves San Francisco,
mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy needs a backup quarterback. Why not go there? Why not look at him? If you're Minnesota, why not look at him?
Yeah.
I mean, hell, right now the Colts.
God.
You're kind of in a little bit of doo-doo.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, there's a possibility for him to stay around, but I mean, for right now, it's not looking super ideal for him
As a starting quarterback.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I kind of agree. I like him a lot, but it's just not quite working out. So that's all I got. We could go on forever for a lot of these debates, but I think that's about it for us.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely.
So when are we taking a 2 or 3 week break before the playoffs kick off for the college?
You got the start of it is the 20th, so we got about 12 days.
So 2 weeks. Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Looking forward to that. And then is it the next week then that the next round then it starts every week after, or is it?
I believe so, yeah.
Because Ohio State's playing what on the 31st?
They got New Year's Eve. Yep.
Okay.
Excited. I'm ready for it already.
Yeah, me too. Okay. Well, we'll talk to you about it later. Bye.